You fell off your bike, you scraped your arm up, you got a scab, you picked that scab off, and then the next time you fell off your bike, you laughed it off and you kept rolling. That's what pain does to a man. All right, gentlemen, let's talk about it. Today we are going to discuss why God puts men through heartbreak and why it's important for you to understand why this happens so often. Let's jump right into it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Timothy, and this is the Timothy Speaks YouTube channel, where I give you all advice and share with you my personal experiences on this planet as a man, letting you know that your feelings are valid, and if you have no one else to speak to, you can speak to me. Now, heartbreak is just one of those things that not only men, but everyone goes through. But today I want to point out the key differences between why you as a man have to experience heartbreak and what God is actually preparing you for. I know oftentimes we believe that she's the one. We believe it. Like, man, I love her. She's great. I have to be with this woman for the rest of my life. And just like that, she's gone. And sometimes it's for the best. I'm going to explain why. The first topic I want to talk about is that God removes anything from your life that is blocking you. Fun fact about myself, anytime I'm with a woman, somewhere along the line, I'm in prayer, I'm talking to God, and I always pray the same prayer. I say to God, God, if this woman isn't the one for me, please remove her from my life, regardless of how painful it would be, like how it'll make me feel. And 9 times out of 9, every single time I've prayed that prayer, somewhere within a short amount of time, whether it's a day, a few days, or a week or so, that woman is out of my life. And I'm in my feelings, I'm sad about it, but then I think back to what I prayed for. So we gotta remember that sometimes, all right, sometimes, in a lot of cases, God will remove a woman out of your life because she may be blocking you from your blessings. We have to remember that the world is a big place, and sometimes we tend to forget that our blessings don't always align with that partner. Sometimes your blessings and her blessings and whatever is supposed to happen in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't always end up with you two ending up together. Sometimes God has to rip you apart from her and also rip her apart from you to let you know, like, I got something bigger for you over here. I got something bigger for her over here. And it doesn't clash. And we don't always understand that. We don't always think that logically or spiritually. We're just in the moment, in our feelings, hurt about the fact that someone we cared about is no longer in our lives. We have to realize that sometimes what we're asking God for, if we ask God for peace, if we ask God for growth, for strength, He's going to give it to you in the way that He best feels that you should have it, that you should receive it. And in most cases, the people in your life could be holding you back from those blessings. You gotta remember that, my dog. You gotta keep it 10 toes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes we get so comfortable. We get so comfortable with the idea of this woman, with having a partner, with dedicating our life to her, that we tend to forget to dedicate our life to God and our calling and our purpose. And that's where we get lost as men, because it is naturally built within us to defend, to serve, to protect, to provide. These are all natural things that come to us. So once we get a woman into our lives, we go all the way in with her and we forget our own calling. We forget our own purpose. We lose sight of God in the mission and what it is we are supposed to be accomplishing in this life, which is becoming a divine man, becoming a great man, leaving a legacy, making sure that your children are good forever, that they know their father loves them. And then what you have to realize is in this process of building you, of building your character, of your discipline, and putting your priorities first, that the woman that you want, trust me, the woman that you want will see that. She will feel that energy, bro. Energy cannot be destroyed. It literally just fumes from you. And when women see that you are a man on a mission, they tend to want to be with you simply based on that. Now, whether you keep that woman and she stays and she's loyal and this and that, all these other factors, I can't speak on that. That's between you and her, what goes on in a relationship. But what I am telling you is that when you're a man on a mission and you are following your divine purpose and you are just locked in, bro, you're locked in. These are all things that will attract women, but you will never get to that point if your only focus is pleasuring a woman, if your only focus is making her happy, when you should be grinding, all right? So you gotta remember that God will sometimes take people out of your life, even if it's someone you love. That's what we tend to forget. I'm not talking about some random coworker or some friend. God will literally take people out of your life, the people that you love, the people that you cherish. He will remove them from your life, break you down because you need to be broken. You need a reminder to tell yourself, hey man, you're lost in the sauce right now. You thinking too much about this girl instead of your divine purpose. That's the whole thing. Ask yourself this: when was the times you accomplished the most in your life? Was it when you were happy? When you were with that girl, laid up with her, watching Netflix, all of this, buying flowers, going on dates? Or was it when you were heartbroken, locked in the gym, making money, working overtime? Like, you gotta think about it, bro. Sometimes it's on purpose. Sometimes you need to develop by yourself, and God will literally take someone out of your life for you to realize that. And if you don't realize it, if you don't grow, if you don't follow your divine purpose, it's just gonna keep happening over and over and over again until you learn your lesson. The second thing I want to talk about is God is building your emotional strength. We've all heard the saying that nothing good lasts forever. And whether this be with a partner, whether this be with a business endeavor, at work, you have to understand that controlling your emotions is one of the top 3 things that you must be able to do when you are becoming a divine man, a great man, a man of purpose, a man on a mission. Because life is gonna throw bumps on it. Like, you're gonna hit a bump on the road. You're gonna get hit with a sucker punch. And you have to be able to know how to navigate these feelings that are going through your mind. I'm not saying numb the pain. I'm not saying just be cold, winter's art, like a whole bunch of that BS that you hear from other men. Be heartless. No, bro. You have to feel these emotions. Feeling the emotion is fine. Understanding how to analyze and react, right? Not just act, analyze and then react strategically. That's what you are learning. God has to teach you that in order for you to be a great man, because as you elevate, as you move closer and closer to your divine purpose, you will be attacked by external factors. You will be attacked by evil entities that are circling around this earth. You will be seduced by women that are not good for you. They will manipulate you. They will hurt you. They will throw you off of your path. So you gotta understand how to control your emotions. And God is going to teach you that time after time again until you either understand it or you're done, bro. That's the only options. But if you try to avoid this process of number 1 and number 2, the lesson is going to be repeated over and over again. God is going to make sure that it keeps happening to you until you learn the lesson. Now, for number 3, I want you to know that God uses pain for you to redirect your purpose. Now, like I said previously, when is the times that a man usually gets the most work done? When is the time that a man is waking up 5 a.m., hitting the gym, eating right, running, making sure he stretches, meditate, all these things, working overtime, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, got the side hustle going? It's not when things are comfortable. It's not when things are easy. A man finds his purpose in the fire. A man must burn his boats. If you ever heard that quote, burn the boats, bro, there's no retreat. There's no return. A man has to feel this pain. You have to, bro. And I know it hurts. I know you're thinking that girl is going to be in your life forever, but that's not the case. And you have to realize that. And you have to be able to redirect these emotions that you are feeling. You have to be able to take this negative and make it into a positive, because there's nothing else you could do with it. Energy stays energy. Negative can either stay negative, positive can go to negative, negative can go to positive. You can only redirect energy, bro. So what are you gonna do? You gonna sit around blame women, like all the hate comments I got in my previous video? When? You gonna sit around blaming social media? Or are you gonna take power back and control? Or are you gonna get in the gym, get right, get your hair cut, get your teeth straight, get your credit up, get you a nice crib, a nice car, get everything in order so that when you inevitably face another heartbreak, when you inevitably face difficulty with a woman, because you have so many other endeavors going on, I'm not saying it's not gonna hurt, my dog. I'm saying that you got so much going on that it's gonna be so much easier for you to simply walk away from women that are just not good for you. You gotta put these things in order. You have to chase purpose, not women. We gotta remember that when God closes one door, another door always opens, bro. Another door will always open. You will never, when you are with God, When you are a God-fearing man and you believe in him, when he closes one door, it's because he is opening up another door. And you may think that that door was the door for you, but we cannot question the divine plan. We cannot question our divine purpose. All we have to do is understand that everything will work out. It will work out because God promises us that. And as long as you believe in him and you are moving in faith and you are moving with discipline and you are moving with discernment, you have to understand that these things will come into alignment, and it doesn't always feel good. Growth hurts. You ever heard of growing pains? You ever remember when you were a child and your tooth fell out and your new tooth was coming in, or you fell off your bike and you scraped your arm up, right? You fell off your bike, you scraped your arm up, you got a scab, you picked that scab off, and then the next time you fell off your bike, you laughed it off and you kept rolling. That's what pain does to a man. It hurts, but we learn from it. We learn how to adapt. We learn how to use it and become better. We learn how to laugh it off, my dog. And that's why you constantly have to understand what pain and heartbreak is doing to you. It's on purpose, and it's all right. It's all right for you to be hurt. It's not all right for you to stay hurt. It's all right for you to be in pain, but it's not all right for you to sit in pain and blame women for everything that you're going through. When in reality, if you were the kind of man that a woman just simply would not want to leave because you have so many great characteristics about you, then my dog, you would just be in such a better place. And I'm not saying for everybody in the comments, for everybody that's gonna be in the comments, well, she still could leave. Absolutely. You can't control that. If she's gonna leave you, she's gonna leave you, my dog. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop that. There's absolutely zero you can do to stop that. Tom Brady couldn't keep his girl. Steph Curry couldn't keep his girl. Jeff Bezos couldn't keep his girl. But guess what? All three of those men, do you think they complaining, bro? Or do you think they got up the next day and replaced her like that? They woke up in the mansion and they was crying. At least they was crying in the Lambo, my dog. You want to cry in a Toyota, you want to cry in a Lambo? Because either way, you're going to cry. And the most important part, when you are experiencing pain, when God puts you through pain and heartbreak and a breakup, you have to understand that 9 times out of 10, and I know for me personally, this happened to me. So I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm letting you know exactly what happened. 9 times out of 10, when you are going through this pain, when you feel the pain of a breakup, when you feel the pain of losing somebody, guess what you start to do? You start back talking to God. You start back praying. God is pulling you back in. And sometimes it requires you to lose somebody to remember the mission. I know me personally, right after I went through my breakup, man, I started drinking. I started like just not caring about anything. I stopped talking to God. I'm angry, bro. I'm angry. I'm like, I don't understand why you would do this to me. I did everything right. For the most part, I admit I wasn't perfect. I made some mistakes in a relationship, but I know for the most part, I was doing my duty. Why would you do this to me, God? And I truly believe that it was because I started to lose him. I started to lose him. Me and my partner, me and my girl, we were not moving closer to him. We were probably moving further away from him. So maybe he separated us so that he can make sure she finds him on her terms and I find him on my terms. So instantly, about after a week or two after the breakup, I'm drinking, I'm hurt. I'm like, man, you know what? Let me pour this liquor out. Let me stop, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back in the gym. Let me get back right. And most of all, let me start back praying, bro. Let me start back talking to God. I was sitting up asking God, why? Now I don't ask God why. Now I say, thank you. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for reminding me who you are. Thank you for building me into the man that I am supposed to be. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Thank you for that heartbreak, because now I'm back in the gym lifting heavier as ever. Thank you for that heartbreak, because I started this YouTube channel that I know is going to hit 100K subscribers soon, because I know men need to hear this. I know you need to hear this, my dog. Trust me, sometimes God is going to pull people out of your life because he feels that he is losing you. And he needs you in order to fulfill your divine purpose. You have a divine purpose. You have a reason as to why you were put here. When you were born, there could have been millions and millions of different combinations of genetic code that could have made the human that came out of your mother. But you were the one that made it. You. Millions of possible children that could have came out of your mother, but instead, you made the cut, my dog, and you think that was just a coincidence? You think you just got lucky? No, bro, you're here for a purpose. Find that purpose. Find that reason. Use this heartbreak. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to get a better chance to build yourself. Use it as motivation. Wake up early, hit the gym, eat right, start making content, work another job, work 3 jobs, start a side business, bro. Do something to turn that negative energy into a positive energy, also known as transmutation, bro. Do it. Look, man, if you're going through a heartbreak, I get it, it hurts. But at some point, you got to realize that it's just part of life, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen to you and millions of other men each and every single day. And it's only up to you. It's up to you what you do with that pain, brother. Because trust me, you're not going to get any better motivation than a heartbreak. Nothing else is going to, trust me, nothing else is going to wake you up at 4 or 5 in the morning and hit the gym, eat right, get good. You know what I'm saying? Read. Nothing else. There's no better motivation. So please use it. Please use it to your advantage. If any of this hit home for you, make sure to hit the like button right along with it. Subscribe to the channel and let me know how you are currently dealing with your most recent breakup. Are you using that energy for good, or are you sitting around moping? Whatever the case may be, let me know so we can chat it up, so we can talk about it. My name is Timothy, and this is Timothy Speaks. I'll catch you in the next one.